Hello. You don't know who this is, right? Because for the last 2 years, I started this channel in 2024 and I started actively posting then. And for that last year and a half that I've been posting, I've assumed an anonymous identity, anonymity, right? That word always trips me. But yeah, I was using an AI voice, and of course, you would not see my face. So this is your first introduction to me. And before I go any further, maybe I should say something about myself. So my name is Kerry. Please call me that. I'm a teacher. I've been teaching for over approaching 13 years now. And yeah, and this is the channel I created. The reason I created this channel is because I am an active YouTube consumer. I do watch a lot of YouTube videos, and there were many times I wanted to contribute. I wanted to say something in the comment section. Sometimes I felt like I'm not very good at texting. I really don't like texting. I like to speak. I like to communicate orally. And so I thought, you know what, maybe I should just create my own channel because I have a lot to say. I don't want to have to confine myself or be one of those people who write like lengthy epistles. Usually people don't read them. I know I don't read others when they write their own. I scroll past them and go to shorter ones. Yeah, so yeah, for that reason I decided to create my channel. And so I created a channel to be a tea channel with some kind of a lesson attached to it. But I soon realized after I had created a channel was that it was quite limited, because the truth is there are not a lot of stories I care about. I only care about the ones that I care about, and it started to feel inorganic. I would start, for a channel to be about that, about basically gossiping, you kind of have to create a lot of stuff, and even topics that you don't care about. And I started to feel like an ambulance chaser. There were stories I didn't really care about. I don't want to have to do stories that I didn't want to have to explore stories that I didn't care about. So I realized that model was not going to work. And aside from that too, I started to struggle with AI. AI is very useful, but I started to feel like a hypocrite because I don't really like AI channels. I don't like AI slop, especially. I prefer channels that have people who are on screen and who are also, using their voice. There's something about the natural human voice that is just beautiful, and it enables you to make feel as if you're a part of a community, and it feels real, And so I started to not like the direction of the channel because I was using AI voice, and even though I liked the voice that I was using, I started to feel like a fraud. So for that reason, I stopped posting because I just didn't like using the AI anymore, and I also didn't care about the topics. Well, not a lot of the topics. I realized I could not be my true self if I'm going to be producing content that I didn't care about. And so I stopped creating. And then recently, YouTube sent me a message saying that, hey, you've been missing in action, you need to get back on, or otherwise, your channel, you lose monetization. And I thought about it because I did grind a lot. I use the AI voice, of course, but it takes effort to write a script, and it takes even more effort to edit the videos. And I did put a lot of effort into those videos. A video on average would take me like about 4 hours, and that's on like short side too. Like some videos take quite long, especially if you want to showcase your skills and to be all fancy and dancy with the editing. And so yeah, it took a lot of effort. So I don't want it to go down the drain. So I was like, you know what, let me pivot, because I'm multifaceted. I can do many things, and I'm a teacher. At the end of the day, I might not care about gossiping anymore. I might not have the time to focus on anybody's lives right now. But I can always talk about things from a teaching perspective. And, if I try to be balanced and, I can come on camera, it makes me feel better. It makes me feel as if I'm doing something that I genuinely love, because my passion is teaching. And also too, I could see it's something I considered like it could be like a bit of a teaching portfolio. If I'm talking about my practice, it's something that could help other people. And that's what I want to do. So this is where the direction the channel is going to take. I hope that you stick around. I think that I could make you guys proud if you stick around. It might not be the reason why you subscribe, but I hope that you'll stick around to see what I do with the channel. And hopefully I can earn your subscription in that way too. Maybe if you stick around, show a little patience, please, I ask, and see where I go with the channel. And then hopefully you might want to stay. So yeah, that's the basis of the video. I just want you guys to know that I'm pivoting. The channel is going to be a little different in terms of how I approach it, but I assure you it's always going to be ingrained in integrity, strong work ethic, and I promise I'm always going to try to produce content that people actually care about and things that are meaningful. I want to talk about things that are meaningful. Things that are meaningful. So yeah, that is it for now. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, take care of yourself and other people. All right? Bye-bye.